Magic the Gathering has collabed with Bob Ross posthumously and created a set of basic lands that are gorgeous for the Secret Lair Anniversary Drop Happy Little Gathering.
Yeah, this is actually really cool. If you know anything about Bob Ross, he had such a positive attitude. I should just say that. We're going to talk about these beautiful lands. We are going to compare this product to other similar Secret Lairs that were also focused on lands and the desirability of this product compared to those. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
For a limited time only, if you join the Patreon at any level, you will receive a holographic Jake and Joel Are Magic logo sticker. Link in the description below. Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We are going to talk about a happy little gathering, a Bob Ross set, a Bob Ross created set of Secret Lair basic lands. But first, if you would, go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of 2020, and we are very close.
The best way to support the channel is just by clicking subscribe. If you are not logged in, we encourage you, please log in, click subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button. Let's go ahead and talk about these lands. There is a lot to go over.
Yes, this one is actually more interesting than I thought it was going to be, just covering basic lands. Let's jump over. So here we have got the Happy Little Gathering. Jake, the quick and dirty details before we discuss this one and how we analyze is it worth it, which is the question we are aiming to answer with this video. The regular version is $29.99. The foil version is $39.99. It includes 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 swamps, 2 mountains, 2 forests, each with a unique piece of art by Bob Ross. We also learned that there will be an evolving wilds in the box in the place of the stained glass planeswalker kind of special, loot box aspect that would be in there. So we know what's coming for that, for this set in particular, in advance. However, I think that adds even more value to it, knowing that you've got this Bob Ross land, search land, fetch land, even if it comes into play tapped, I think is a very cool addition to this. Goes on sale starting on Cyber Monday. All of these will be on sale for 2 weeks. Jake, this is one of the ones that we like because it's in the regular and the foil choices. You can make your decision. Like if you're playing Modern and you want the Bob Ross lands, you probably want to go for the regular version so that they don't curl, because these notoriously have a curling problem. If you get the foil version because you want to bling out your commander deck or something, make sure you take these out of the box as soon as you get it. That's the quick and dirty details. Jake, Bob Ross Secret Lair of basic lands. What are your thoughts?
Well, let's first start by talking about how most constructed formats, be it Modern, Legacy, Pioneer, even EDH, they're not going to require a lot of basic lands. Some of these decks only require 1 or 2 basics, so this is a nice product if you're looking for a couple basics to bling out some decks. That said, I do wish that the art had been an extended or a full art treatment on these lands, because at a glance, they just kind of look like a regular basic land. And I think a lot of players who don't know the difference are going to look at this and just say, oh, they're just like running regular basics in their deck. And it's
however,
kind of sad.
They're gorgeous. Yeah. These are so beautiful, man.
The art
Looking
is beautiful.
Looking at the art on these,
sure.
I love it. I just absolutely love it. I didn't grow up watching a lot of Bob Ross. A lot of the people, our patrons in our Discord, for instance, that have been talking about this, that did grow up watching Bob Ross or had an impact on their lives by Bob, are absolutely in love with these, and you can see why. Look at this mountain piece. This is just so beautiful. So many of these, all of these are so beautiful. I do actually completely 100% agree with you, Jake. These should have been full art basics. That really would have put it over the edge for me. I wonder if it had something to do with the art direction of it. As you could see with some of these, like there is a lot of Bob Ross's art had multiple aspects to it. So this is a forest, but it's also a river, and we've got a mountain of trees back in the background. Looking at this mountain here, the plains, I think, that we saw earlier, the plains had a full mountain in the picture. This one right here, this has a mountain, but as you can see, they cropped it just to be the plains. I wonder if because they were posthumously going through his work to commission these pieces, if you will, not really commissioned since they're already made, but, you know, pulling which art they wanted to use for the cards. I wonder if the original thought was, yes, let's do these full, but they needed to make some concessions based on what was available, or the aspect ratio of the paintings themselves just to begin with. I'm not really sure, but I do agree with you that they should have been, that it would have been awesome if they were full art.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the painting that we have in the background here, the original work done by the artist, and I do believe that if they had done a full art treatment, much like they cropped that mountain out of the plains, you would have had to crop off the left third and the right third and just have like a nice full art image based on what's in the middle of these paintings that we're looking at, and I don't think that would have been that difficult. I really don't think it would have been. I see it no worse as like a, you know, betraying the art as the plains is that cuts the mountain out of the background. I just don't see the difference. If it says plains on it, I don't see why there can't be a mountain in the background. Just my thoughts. We are going to talk about, though, is it worth it? Mm-hmm. And we have a couple products that we're going to compare this to, and you may be surprised to find out that a couple of the secret layers that have held their value the most are centered around lands.
Yeah, so it's very interesting when we started looking at these. Normally the basic land secret layer drops get less hype, and I think that's directly contributing to the price of them being higher than other secret layers that are widely purchased. It kind of makes sense. You know, the chromatic one from last year that had the 3 commanders all, you know, in super foil bling and these awesome chromatic designs of the art for them, that one got widely picked up. The price hasn't gone up a ton for those because people bought those in multiples.
And piggybacking on what you're saying, a lot of people bought that product because in the beginning we were trying to deduce which stained glass planeswalkers were going to appear in this, and Kaleidoscope Killers was the one product that appeared to feature Teferi Time Raveler and Bolas and some of the more expensive stained glass planeswalkers. And so you had people like me that bought like 4 of those Kaleidoscope Killer drops or multiples of those drops, just specifically thinking, well, I'm going to crack them all open and I'm going to get these stained glass planeswalkers. Right. And then when you start thinking about that in conjunction with scarcity, when you're looking at the Dragon and the Scarecrow, and what was the other card that came in there? It was like some other Kaleidoscope Killers card, but these were all cards Slivers. They were all scarce cards that people don't need except in very niche situations. And so that does contribute to why that product hasn't moved a lot as far as price goes.
Looking at the cost of the Eldraine Wonderland, we've got 2 basic land sort of drops that we can look at and see where the value fell out. Eldraine Wonderland right now, this is a completed listing and a sort of ongoing purchase available. They've got 4 more of these and they're selling them for $85 if you buy 1, and you get a little bit of a discount if you buy 3. This is a true completed listing. They still have more available here too, but this is just a free $9 shipping, $68.95.
It's about $75 here.
Yeah, price tag on the Eldraine Wonderland, and that's pretty much where we're seeing they have fallen out. We're looking at completed listings. It's sort of hard to pick through here, but here's a $65 free shipping, sold November 5th. This one didn't sell on November 5th. It ended. It was for way over what that cost is, so we know that these aren't selling for above $100 clearly. This one sold October 29, and we're kind of getting too far back now to really take the price as you know, the value of the product anymore. But back on October 29, this one sold for best offer under $63 free shipping, and from there you see a lot of these being sold, like the sleeve codes. These are out of the box, and the stained glass planeswalker pre-owned sort of play, and those are the listings we're seeing. So it's kind of surprising to me how much value the basic lands, because this is just one of each basic land in this product. This was not
and
the 2
we have to
that
keep
you
in mind that
each.
That's right, in Bob Ross. And the other product that we could compare this to as well is the Godzilla Lands Secret Layer, which is a more recent product than Eldraine Wonderland, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But these are all full art foils, and they all feature Godzilla in the background. So a lot like what we're talking about with Bob Ross here, and why didn't the Bob Ross lands get this full art treatment? You know, when I'm looking at Godzilla here and I see all of the full art lands with Godzilla in the background, this to me is more attractive. And it's not that I don't value Bob Ross's body of work. I just think that most Magic players aren't going to notice that special difference when they see, you know, the plane symbol, the island symbol on the bottom half of those cards.
Sure.
But let's talk about some of these completed prices based on.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing what we've got here. We've got $50, $55, $60 shipped. This one ended November 28th without selling, $60 plus $6 shipping. So somewhere under 65, but above $50. You know, 55 looks, this is 55, $8 shipping, somewhere in there. I would say between $55 and $65 are where your Godzilla lands are going to put out. And that's, again, that's about twice what they sold for, if my memory serves me correctly. And so from a value standpoint only, not addressing the emotional connection that a lot of people have to this Secret Lair, from a value standpoint, it seems like the basic land drops are purchased at a much lower frequency, and that makes the resale value of them higher than some of the very highly touted or purchased Secret Lairs. And so I have to say, at $30 and $40 for the foils, this one is worth it to me if you're looking to flip on the secondary market, which we know is not really the purpose of the Secret Lair. For these, from the emotional standpoint, I think they're absolutely worth it. And what I think is really a slam dunk here, Jake, is that they printed 2 of each. I did not personally like the packs where I'm spending $30, $40 in foil to get 1 of each basic land. Just not a fan of that. 2 is a little bit better, and I can stomach getting 10 cards, especially if it's something I have an emotional connection to, and they're all beautifully done.
Yeah, and let's remember this. Basic lands slot into everything. They literally slot into everything. So 100%. Even the Damnation that we talk about in the Seb McKinnon layer, or all of the Anguished Unmaking that we're talking about in the Party Hard Shred Harder layer, these are all cards that have to go into specific decks. Basic lands can go into anything. So as far as playability of these cards, they're very playable. My biggest gripe, Joel, you know what it is. It's that they're not full art. That's my biggest problem with this product, absolutely. Far and away.
We don't have to talk about a stained glass Planeswalker with this one because we know that is not part of this drop. You will be getting Evolving Wilds as part of this, which I think is even sweeter for this one. Evolving Wilds as a one-of in a commander deck, that alone is just a really dope card to have. And so that, for me, is the Bob Ross Secret Lair. Let's close the book and wrap this one up. Jake, overall, what do you think of the basic land Secret Lairs? Are you excited about this one? Will you be picking this one up?
I know that everybody's here for the is it worth it, and I would say that at the $30 price, I would say that this is worth it based on what we've seen in the secondary market and Eldraine Wonderland and the Godzilla lands. Most likely this product will hold its price, and keep in mind, like we've already addressed in the video, this product has 10 cards in it versus the other land Secret Lairs that have featured lands that have had only 5 of the lands. So a little bit of Wizards of the Coast acknowledging this and wanting to feature more of Bob Ross's body of work in this layer. This is a flash in the pan. This is a very unique and very cool collaboration between Bob Ross's team and Wizards of the Coast that have been able to bring us this product.
If I was only purchasing these layers individually, I don't think I would be picking this one up. It's just not for me. But since I am getting a bundle of these, I think I'll go for the non-foil bundle. Don't really love the Pringles that I get delivered sometimes. And with basic lands, there's more application for these basic lands as non-foil across other formats, especially competitive tournament formats, if they're not in foil. And so I think that, not only will they retain their value if I ever want to get rid of them, but they will serve me better in decks sleeved up. We really appreciate everybody watching. We're covering all of the Secret Lairs individually, and we will be doing a 1-video summary of all of the bundles and how you might want to approach purchasing those. Other than that, I'm tapped out.
Yes, until next time, we've got more Secret Lairs to cover, and we are going to try to bring you the best information and answer, is it worth it?